Well, hello, hello, hello. I am back to you with you again, never giving up on our next edition of Not 5 Minute Friday. Always know that trying to make a quick card involves a plan. Doesn't mean I have my act together, but at least I have a plan. So this is this week's edition of 5 Minute Friday, but one of the things with making a successful 5 minute card is to have your everything put together. So at least I have all of the working pieces for my card and or cards, because yeah, I have 3 spools of ribbon, so there's more to this than meets the eye. But let me prep this up, so give me a second. I'm going to be right back, and we're going to get cracking on this, all right? Be right back. Guys, I'm breaking protocol in the prep work for the 5 minute card because I did want to show you guys this, because I notoriously do this with cards where I'm using gold as a background. I'm using up all this space, so I wanted you to see if I've already cut out my red papers. You can see here I've already cut it out, but what I did is I taped my dies together so that I picked up a whole bunch of them. So you can see when I move these around, I taped them so that they would, I could hold them in place on the paper right there and right there. But by the same token, I could also then pick them back up. So these are the ones that I have cut. So we'll do these very, very quickly, but this ain't part of my 5 minutes. I'm just saying, I just want you guys to be aware of that. But now I'm going to run these through real quick. Whoops. There we go. Through. Oh, and I didn't set the platform right. So hang on. Let me back up a second. And hopefully this doesn't backfire on me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this around. I didn't check in my rush to impress you guys. See, that's what happens. Huspa will pay. Okay, I'm just not going to bring it back around because I know this only needs a one shot. So I just want you guys to see that real quickly, that when you're putting this as background, and this may backfire on me yet because I went too close to the edge there, but see, these guys just come right out. So I can just peel these right off. And now I don't care if they stay together because I have the other card I'm making is a slimline. But I'm just taking a moment because I know I'm going to make 3 cards, even though only one is going to be done on camera. But see, there you go. And I still have this background. Let's see if I still have this background, and it just didn't backfire on me. So let's check, because I wasn't paying attention. Story of my life. Nope, it's fine. I can still see. And I have used up that paper. I could probably squeeze out a couple more of these, and I just might. But anyway, let me get that done, and I'll be right back to get these cards going. Peeps, I'm back, and I'm a woman with a plan and a need to finish a card fast. So let's see how quickly I can get this card done. So I went ahead, as you guys saw, I've already die cut, used up the inside of this paper. I have a big stack, see, of stuff that I can use later. So I have an extra sheet of paper here. This is going to be my background paper. I've got my ribbon. I've got my little friends here. So let's very quickly, and these are all, I almost poked them all out. But let me just, but I missed something here, and that, well, the Mary doesn't poke out, so never mind, didn't say a word. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to use my puddle method, and I'm just going to spread. I was almost going to grab a mat, and I thought about it, you idiot. That is the entire point of having a glass mat, is so that you can make a mess on it and clean it up easily. So that's what I'm going to do. And see, now here's where I see something. And remember, when you guys are putting phrases like this together, my tried and true method, and your mileage may vary, is to start from the left. And I see it just kind of like just fell together. So I don't think there's a real, science. It's physics, I suppose, or whatever. But let me add a little bit more glue here to my little puddle. And now, and let's very quickly take a second and poke that out. I should have checked these first. But that's, it's not going to be, huge. I never get a card done in 5 minutes anyway. So it's very liberating to know that you're going to fail. But it's not a fail, because the point is to be able to make these cards, to have a plan, find something like, oh, this will be, a quick card. And hey, save stuff to Pinterest as you go around there Pinteresting and whatnot. Have a folder, quick cards, because sometimes you need that little boost, that little inspiration, something like, okay, yay. And if you don't think I don't have that folder, yeah, no, I have Swampland and Cuba to sell you people. Just saying, yeah, there, but, yeah, I do it too. We all Pinterest. There isn't anybody that doesn't get inspiration and something like, ooh, and I saw that, and then, oh, and I could do that, and, oh, wait, and, I'm always going in the left field, which tends to get me into trouble. But I mean, you know, I'm incorrigible, you know, but I'm having fun here, so who cares? You know what? At the end of the day, it's the process, it's the journey, it's not the destination, it's not the finished project. It's going through there, and I love it when I, you know, getting the creative juices together and like, oh wait, and I see something, I'm gonna make it just like that because oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And then I start, no wait, but I can do that, and I start personalizing it, you know, and that's what we do. We file off the serial numbers, and then we do our thing. So that's what I do. And now I got glue here, and I can just do that, and I glue myself. There we go. But it wipes right off. I just do on here, I do wipe it off because remember, this is Barely Art glue. Barely Art glue dries transparent, but it dries opaque, which is fine if it's on paper, but not if it's on shiny surfaces. So yes, I wanted to wipe it off. But I'm going to tell you that, and it's happened to me before. I've not caught it, and it's dried on something shiny like this. Just wipe it off. Grab yourself a handy dandy beachy wipe. Like this one, it's really dirty, but that's okay. I mean, it's still usable. But see, this is what I love. See, my problem is solved for that. So now we've got that all put together. Now, this is going to be my background that I'm going to put the ribbon on. But it is, although pretty, but it's still kind of flimsy. So what I decided to do is grab a piece of extra, just leftover card, although I may go a couple of layers. Let's see, you know, we'll see. We're going to do one first. But I'm having inspiration along with my perspiration. and I'm like, wait. Because I knew I wanted to do this. That's something I thought about it. I go, wait a minute, I want to reinforce this because I'm going to wrap my ribbon around that background. So I'm like, you know what? I want it. And this is one of those, you know, rare occasions where you're going to see me using wet glue. I mean, just because I've told you guys that, is that and see, this is just a piece of that I printed for, oh Lord, this is something I didn't do. Bad, Myra, bad. So we're going to just, but that's solvable. Because look, I have scissors. Isn't that amazing? Scissors are an amazing thing. And then, of course, let's do this real quick because I smooshed the glue on there. But you're not going to be able to tell. Let me wipe that down. But I have decided, wait a minute, is that I think I want to lift this up. So see, this is why I cannot do a 5-minute card. I'm just going to grab a piece of this paper. I don't have any here. Do I have? Hang on a second. Let me roll. Okay, so now, so you guys don't care what we're eating anyway. So now I've done this, and look, now it'll come off here. So yes, it's dimensionalized. So see, I don't know if you can see, but that was just really quickly 3 layers of chipboard. So, you know, there you go. I'm going to now take this and tape it down to my surface. So hang on a hot second. Now, here it's not so much fun, and let me flatten this out better because it's still wanting to open up. So now here, and I wanted you guys to know, I used this piece of paper on purpose because it had that little schmutz there. And, you know, I could have grabbed another one. And I'm like, well, why? Because I am going to cover it all. Hello. So I just want you guys to be aware to not panic over, you know, schmutz says, oh my God, I can't use that piece of paper. There it is. It's damaged forever. You could either use the back side, which would, but in this case, I couldn't. because it would have been the inside of the card. But I knew, oops, hang on, too far over. And here, again, this is the tricky part. Let me move Big Mama out of my way, because I've got tape all over this place, and it's much more fragile, because it's very Catholic. It's very holy. That's my running joke. You know, it's like, oh, it's very Catholic. It's because it has a bunch of holes and it's like, so it's Swiss. There we go. We have a Swiss piece of paper. It's like cheese. And now I have this, and it'll pop up a little bit. But now we have the pièce de résistance, our ribbon that is stinking adorable cute. And we're like thinking, yes, I can make a bow. I can make a bow for the tree. I can make, use it to wrap presents. Or, and that would not have been the obvious choice, would be I can make a card. Aha! So look at that. See, isn't that perfect? That's why I chose a slim line for this, because it wraps around perfectly. I get both vehicles. So I'm just going to take, and we're going to go here. Cut that off a little bit here, because this is already overlap. So I'm now going to run. Actually, no, because I'm not done with this. I just had another flash of genius. Remember, this is why I can't do a 5-minute card. Do I really want to? Because you can hardly see the tree. But I really want to. Okay. I can't help myself. I want to grab a piece of gold. Wrap. So I go to all this trouble, and I'm going to apply it to here. So let me tape this up, and then I'm going to wrap my ribbon around it. So see, I could have probably gone off with one less layer, because this will also act as a reinforcer on that page, but I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. No, why think ahead? What's the point in that? Oh, heck, I'm trying to do it left-handed. I can't do squat with my left hand practically. Very useless. Sometimes I amaze myself that I did once start out as a lefty, because you wouldn't know it. But, so hey, maybe I wasn't a very convincing lefty. Who knows? But that's what my mom said. Gotta believe mom. So, and it doesn't matter. You really can't tell. But I'm going off a little bit less, just because, remember, I have that Merry Christmas that I want to put, and I want to put it on the bottom. So we'll go with that. So now I just want to make sure it's even. And I think, yep, see, it goes over a little bit. Why? Well, it doesn't matter, because I cut it with 2 different cutters. But here is my problem is, let's try to lift this up carefully. Now I'm a little bit off the edge here and over the edge over there, which is I can trim that off. But over here, I've got 4 layers of paper to deal with. So, and I just don't want to mess with it. So let's try that again, the right way this time. And since it's not, and one, it's the Big Mama tape, so this stuff comes up pretty easy. So let's try that again, and let's really pay attention to what we're doing, just for the sheer experience, right? Just for kicks and giggles, right? There we go. And yeah, I'm still over a tiny sliver. But now I don't have to sit there and mess with trying to cut stuff on both sides. Here, I just take my green paper to the very edge. And there we go. I cut a little bit of the green off, but oh well, who cares? So now I am here, and I'm ready now to put my ribbon on here. Oh my gosh, doesn't this look just awesome? That little bit. Yes, it was the right decision to make. I'm glad I went and did, followed my muse, which is always, my muse is a busybody. They're just, it's like, she's always, it's like, oh, here, no, look, do this. I'm like, oh, so I can't do anything fast. That's why my cards are going out late. They're going to be winter cards, I swear. I'm going to be wishing, I hope your Christmas was great and Happy New Year, because it's not making them. They're not going to get there before Christmas. But you know what? It's the thought that counts. And there you go. And, this year I really do have to start them much much earlier. I just really do. But it's like there never seems to be enough time. And this year was this 2022 was a heck of a year. Had a lot going on. Okay, so I'm doing that so that I can press down and it holds it along the way. So there we go. So I've got my tension. It kind of creates stick it down. There we go. And wait, but before I do that, let me put my tape on my fold over here. And there we go. And now, and since I put it right on the vehicles, you can't even tell. Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't it awesome? I'm really, really loving. I almost knew for the minute I bought this ribbon, I'm going to have to figure out how to make a card with this stuff. So, and it's not the first time. You guys have seen me earlier in the year using ribbon. So it was like kind of my challenge piece. And now, so now we tape again. So now I'm going to tape again around here, and I'm just going to do it on the back, the bumped up background pieces. This card is not a light card, okay? It's probably going to have to slap an extra stamp on it to send if I mail this out. But you know what? Again, and this is my theory on Christmas cards. If you want to send them out cheap, then yeah, by all means, you know, single layer, figure it out. But I'm always of the opinion, look, you know, for people who deserve a card like this much trouble, that, you know, then, you know, bite it and pay the postage. You know, say, you know, set aside, you know, it's set aside into the card making budget. And there you go. Like, okay, that's pretty good. Now all I have, oh my gosh, isn't that, oh, I just love it. I am so in love with this card. But see, now I'm going to put that Merry Christmas. And I'm actually only going to glue the top halves, and I'm going to leave it loose on the bottom. So now we're going to go with the quicker drying glue because I've got to get it to glue. Okay, good. This isn't congested, right, because I have a stuffy bottle. The things that occur to an allergy sufferer, right? But yeah, so we have this now. So I'm just going to I'm going to apply to the top of the letters, just the top half or so. Okay, and let me see, because I cleared this before I used it the last time. So there we go. I have my glue. So I'm going to be a little bit more generous than I normally would because I'm gluing it basically onto fabric. This is a fabric ribbon, so this ain't the cheap stuff, people, okay? This is beautiful, gorgeous ribbon, and it merited to be something more than just a bow tied on a present, although it's hilarious. My sister uses ribbon to wrap all gifts, and the family is well trained. They know that I am crafty, and all the ribbon comes to me. They just start, everybody comes over, hands me their ribbon. It's just hilarious. You guys, it's like I tell you, you guys know me, and then they go, yeah. They know that I make stuff. So it's, you know, and I have a stash of Christmas ribbon. Of course, it's in a box somewhere in storage, I believe. So, you know, it is what it is, but that's exactly it. I just love how they're like Pavlov's dogs. You know, they know, hand Meyer the ribbon. Well, how wooed. That's what happens when you're not paying attention to how much battery life your phone had. It's been a while since it's happened, but yes, my phone died, so I'm sorry for that abrupt cutoff. So really, you missed nothing other than me just gluing that down. So we have a beautiful finished card. It has nothing to do with my talent. It is all about just happening to have the right paper, the right ribbon, and, you know, maybe, you know, a whole lot of perspiration, a little bit of inspiration, or, you know, or a whole lot of bow. I mean, well, maybe not inspiration. I'm not all that, but I am really pleased how this turned out. Now, I haven't finished. Unfortunately, what I didn't do, like, because I'm a dingleberry, is I haven't stamped the front, you know, the inside of it yet, or the back. But I got to find the right sentiment, so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to stamp there. But I'm in love with this card. I'm going to make more because I think it is really, really, really pretty. Steve will love this. We'll save some, and, you know, to send out for Christmas for next year. So there you go. But I also wanted to show you that I did use up the other two ribbons. So this is also the TJ Maxx. So this one and this one are the ribbons we bought at TJ Maxx. And then this little Know Me friend is the one I got at Michael's. And they turned out great. And I wasn't paying attention. So when I picked this background paper, I was channeling the back, you know, this truck. And now I look at it And they're different. The trucks are different. The gnomes are different. These two I did already stamp, so that's why I'm going to, I mean, not that one, because this guy obviously is going to be trucky, so it's much differently, but this was perfect for me to use, so I used my gnome stamps. These are from the Simon Says collection, one of the Stamptembers. I think this was this past September, or Stamptember, or last year's Stamptember. I can't remember now. So, but it is, and I did do the same one on this one as well. So I put in a lighter color paper, and I'll just sign real quick, you know, love, Stephen Myra, and life was great, although I see a schmutz there, so I can let me grab my mono and unschmutz it, and there you go. Ha! No foul, no harm, or no harm, no foul. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me on this week's edition of Not 5 Minute Friday. I went way over. It was 20 minutes, okay, to get the card done, and that was with prep work, and that's just how I am. I don't know that I can do a 5-minute card, but what I can say is you can too, and that's with me going in segues and adding stuff. If I had stuck to the program, I probably could have gotten it down to under 15, but no, I had to add stuff. And there you go. But thanks a lot for hanging out with me. If you like this card, if I made you laugh, then give me a thumbs up, okay? And drop me a comment, let me know, say hi. And if you are in for more madness, there is more. Never doubt that for a second, people. Just letting you know. Then subscribe and ring that bell, and I will be back with more madness, because it's always there, and I ain't got nothing better to do. Well, actually I do, but I like doing this. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys craft, make something beautiful. I'm going to go look at Christmas lights. Peanut Gallery wants to go look at Christmas lights, so we're gonna do some neighborhoods here tonight. But I will leave you. So go make something beautiful. I'm gonna go do my thing. And don't ever forget, guys, because you're here, so that means you're part of the club. We're all a little mad here. So come on, come craft the madness with me, okay? I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye!